right? Just nasty, rain, cold.
Yeah, they keep saying like a 50% chance of rain, but there's no sun. It's just.
No.
I have to get some flow meters into manholes before it rains, otherwise Laura's gonna kill me.
I can't remember
We
the
are
last.
live, just so you know. Just letting you know.
Perfect timing.
Great.
That's
My statement stands.
I'd like to know, when was the last time we actually had 3 days of sunshine in a row?
Now,
I can't, it's,
It's usually on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, of
It's
course,
not
yeah.
Friday or Saturday or Sunday.
grab a handy paper clip from the floor, that works.
We're good. Where are these people?
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, text them and say, let's go.
Just right the clock.
It's like, thank you. Thank you. I have to work the second one. Okay.
No, I'm just trying to find my cover sheet.
this morning? Because when I came back there from Rhinebeck at 9:30 this morning, there was a sign, 684 closed. Yeah, up right before you get to 55. Yeah, well, it's, you never know.
Christina, I was reading something. Was the helicopter crash, was that personal something?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was in the city.
it was,
Down below?
Nobody's calling in tonight, right? Yeah, right. Oh, I thought he was away on vacation.
Yeah, but he's still calling in.
I'm sorry, I didn't start that because I...
husband away.
Hi, everyone.
And then, but if you look at the pictures, it says, keep on here.
590.
Yep, got it.
Blade.
Welcome and thank you for
Separate. So the blade landed like 100 yards
If you are
away
the
in the river.
host, press star now. Otherwise, please wait and you will be joined into the conference.
But your name's on here.
And those don't play. No, they don't play.
Please announce yourself.
On it.
Brian?
Hey, good evening.
Okay, just check and make sure you're there.
I'm here.
All right. All right, welcome to the April 10th Pawling Joint Sewer Commission meeting. If you could please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance. All right. Pursuant to our discussion in executive session on February 13th, the commission determined,
I think we're going to move to go into executive
oh,
session.
I'm sorry,
first.
okay.
What?
So can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, going with
Where's the, how are you? Where's the what?
I was gonna say, where's the camera? Can I use my eyes?
Left here.
Christine, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey,
Hi, they're in executive session.
session right now.
No, it's okay. I heard somebody moving around. I assumed it was you, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we actually have people
I
here.
saw this email from this
Brian?
Mike sitting with Andrew on it. They think one of those valves may be stuck in the line going down 22. I just saw this now.
I'm sorry, what was that from? An email
Oh,
from?
I'm sorry. I just saw this email. They went to hydraulic test, water test the line going from ASPCA down to Stagna.
Uh-huh.
There's like a valve hole. I think one of the valves is stuck. So I gotta look into this.
Oh, boy. That's not good. Yeah, I didn't get anything on that.
Oh, here, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, go on vacation. When I go on vacation.
That's what
That's
happened.
what I excuse the deal. Thank you.
Not supposed to go on vacation.
I know that's the problem.
Are you somewhere fun, somewhere warm and fun?
Yeah.
Good for you, because it's
Florida.
miserable. Oh. Yeah, because it's miserable here.
It's like 75 right now.
Oh, that's rough.
I know.
Well, enjoy it.
You know, it's weird. We planned this trip, and it's like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to go down in April because I'm like, it's gonna be warm up by us by then, right? Like, I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna want to get away. It's like, nope, not this year.
Yeah, see that? Now you can be happy.
Not this year.
Yeah. What's that?
Oh, I'm sure you
Yeah, you weren't on that email for some reason. I don't know why.
That's okay. I don't mind.
I actually read the chain. It's great.
Marty, there's agendas up there if you want one. You saw it when you came in.
I saw it.
Okay.
Where am I grabbing from?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm grabbing from the wrong spot.
Good. Waiting for spring like everybody else.
These cheese are
A little bit.
install it and do whatever. But I did get another quote. It's for gearbox, and that's for just the gearboxes. So the price quote on the gearbox itself was like $2 or $3 more than if I were to buy the regular gearbox. It wouldn't be available for me. That's great. So one of the motors needs a variance. And I already do all of that. For that price. You do it to kind of approve. You know. If you can get them, 3 is best. 3 is always. Yeah. Right now we're trying to feel perfect country. Yeah, it's true. We've got 2 electricians. They're within like 50 to 100 bucks of each other. That's the same price as the other ones. That's the same price. Not the cheapest over there. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, good. Was it? Yeah. Speaking, some of our bakery that remind me of pre-strap inspections, we have 2 more to do. We would have one Trinity Pawling left, but Guadino's Pizzeria turned my guy away. Told me he was too busy, he couldn't help him right now. I'm gonna go again. I sent Dan up there to do it.
That's gonna be sold at the end of this month.
That's what I heard. And that's what I guess
He's
Dan
probably
said.
just-
Maybe, but
Let me know if you have problems, I can call Tina, I'll talk to him.
yeah, I'm just trying to, Other than that, I should have the reports all finished up with the pictures and everything by Monday.
Yeah, I had to go over with you that SharePoint,
Okay.
because there's a lot of stuff that I'm not seeing that used to be there, and it's no longer there,
Okay.
so.
Depends. Yeah, just show me what, I know what's your one thing that is annoying is sometimes like, for whatever reason, because it's corporate IT manages it, sometimes they change access.
Okay.
And if they change access, sometimes we don't even know until I go to look at stuff. I'm like, dude, where'd my, suddenly I lost edit access.
Yeah, because I can't see the percent solids, I can't see the generator checks, like,
On the lift station and stuff?
yeah. It's showing me all the pumps and everything, but I can't see where we're going out and turning the generators on to run them. None of that stuff is there. I don't see it. It's just not sitting there.
Well, let me, unless my guys didn't type it in.
It was there.
Because I know for this month, for April, we ran everything on Monday and Tuesday with Gentech. So I didn't have them do it again on Wednesday. We also adjusted the automatic exercises. So all of them should automatically exercise.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, that's what I want to find out.
Yeah.
They're supposed to all do, I have them adjusting to Wednesdays. or so a month or even a week, because it's really good for the larger
That's
motors
probably
to
not a
just,
bad idea, yeah,
to run.
right.
Under load, he said. I said,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said that, fine.
Yeah.
Plus it tells us our resiliency of the, what's gonna come back on and what's not.
Can you do me a favor too and just check how much fuel is in there, in that generator?
3/4.
Is it a 3/4?
The only place that needs it, and I'm gonna write your email, the only place that needs fuel is, propane. It's down to 40% on propane. That's also going to go on the sheets as a column.
I have to get, there's two of our pump stations. One has a tank there for Suburban propane.
That's Castagnum. Not Castagnum,
Crew.
propane.
Because I want to get rid of that. I think
That one's Suburban, but everything else I thought had
Durkin.
Durkin, yeah.
I want Durkin in there. I want to change it so that we're all.
Yeah, I was just surprised that it was,
Yeah.
why do we have this one?
Because Suburban propane didn't even know that they had a tank there.
Well, that's why it's at 40% then.
Yes. But I don't want to get it filled. I want them to get it out of there.
Okay, let's just do that,
Yeah.
because it's like empty now.
I'll call
At
I'll call tomorrow.
15, like 20%, they really don't have enough pressure left to push into,
They
to
want-
lick it.
Yeah, they wanted to come out in January, and I said, I can't do it in January because I need Durkin, I need to have Durkin set up to come out the same day, obviously.
Yeah, and you don't want to do it in the winter either, because you never know.
Yeah.
You want to try to do it if there's no storms on the horizon, because if there's a delay for something, you make sure the generator will work.
Yeah.
Well, that lift station doesn't have a lot going on with it. Well, controls wise.
Mhm.
Would you be opposed to restructuring our Monday morning agendas to break down to like this lift station, everything's doing good, this lift station, this, I need this, or do you want to just keep it the way we have it, where it's a list?
No, I mean, I'm okay with it now.
Okay.
As long as I can see what's going on, you know.
Yeah, I've done it both ways. The only reason I like the first way is because then it kind of keeps tabs on every single location, but I can do that internally too.
Are you talking about, what you're saying for the Monday morning agenda?
Yeah.
And what, just
Yeah.
listing each pump station?
Yeah, and like where it actually is.
Oh, I see what you're
You
saying.
know, like, so it's like, okay, and then, you know, Castagna, oh, nothing to report, everything's
Oh,
running.
I mean, I can do that, sure.
I was just
Just
thinking,
sort of- Yeah. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
because then you can see where you're tracking. And even in the plant, I can break it down by building. You have your headworks building, your filter building, and your SPRs. And the lab has stuff in it too.
Yeah, I didn't know we have
The
a
odor
lab.
control stuff.
We have a lab?
Yeah.
Used to be.
Come for a tour.
Come try it out.
I did take a tour when I first started working here in 2021. I must have been retained very much.
There's a lot to even try everything.
Yeah.
Most things to
Yeah.
at the previous place, I would always say Willy Wonka. You want a golden ticket?
Yeah.
Welcome to the chocolate factory.
Yeah. It's a big chocolate.
Good one.
You want a golden ticket?
That's a year. That's funny.
One of the, so they gave me a memento at the previous place where I worked in. And they all wrote like something like, hey, farewell, good luck. And one of the operators wrote, I'm gonna miss you, wastewater Willy Wonka. That's a compliment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Quadruple W, that's nice.
Exactly, the triple W.
How big is that plant? I mean, there,
1.2 million gallons per day. That's the capacity, but average it was 60%
oh, hold please. I was like, oh, man. So I held for 7 minutes. And then I heard noise, I was like, oh, hey, and then click. I was like, what? So I called back, hold please. I was like, oh, what? And then click, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'll call back around 10 o'clock. I didn't get a chance to do this.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, I just want to leave a message.
Yeah, really.
Don't pick up, just let it ring.
I feel like I spent half my life on hold when I call places.
I don't know, again, yeah. It's not too bad when I'm doing this stuff, but when I'm doing like the healthcare stuff, trying to make doctor's appointments.
I know the ringtone. It's always the same ringtone, regardless of the time.
Yeah.
You live in Pawling, first. I hear about you. You live in Pawling?
I do, yeah.
Where is?
In the village.
Oh, yeah, close to me.
I could walk,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't either, it's cold now. It's
Yeah.
cold and it's raining.
Yes.
Once the weather gets better, I'm gonna make myself do that.
I have a new resolution, starting next week. No more bikini, no activities. I need to stop.
I haven't even done that.
I need to stop.
You've never gone yet?
I haven't gone yet. I can't, if I go in there, I'm gonna come out fatter.
And it's like 2 weeks ago, my doctor said I have high cholesterol, so I'm gonna cut down on the big babies and the
So starting next week, I certainly need to get in front of it.
the torture.
It's terrible being a
All right. I get a motion to close the executive session.
I make a motion to close?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. So pursuant to an executive session that we had February 13th, the commission determined that the operator for the wastewater treatment plant is a professional service under the Village of Pawling procurement policy, and as such, it is not subject to competitive bidding requirements under General Municipal Law, Section 103, in conformance with the procurement policy and the Commission's determination on the March 13th. I solicited quotes from 3 companies, and we went into executive session pursuant to the Public Officers Law 105(1)(f) to advise the Commission of the substance of the proposals and to discuss the retention for the wastewater operator. In executive session, there was a discussion on which company that we wanted to pursue. A lot of it, why we even got to this point, was because the last couple of years, it didn't seem that we were getting coverage according to the contract that we had. It's been something that we've been discussing for quite some time. There have been some issues, and so we decided as a commission that we wanted to look into going in a different direction. So what I would like to do is get a motion from someone to authorize the Pawling Joint Sewer Commission's conflict attorney to draft a resolution to retain Cedarwood as our new wastewater operator.
I'll make the motion.
And I'll second.
I'm sorry?
I think we want to take our vote now.
Oh, for the, okay, I'm sorry. So I will make a motion to retain Cedarwood.
Second?
I'll second.
Any other discussion?
For discussion, yeah. So we did receive the 3 proposals. Cedarwood came in the middle, price-wise. Cedarwood does have some other plants further north that they do operate. They have a good reputation, and I'm comfortable making the change.
Okay. Any other discussion? All in favor?
No, it's fine, I was just gonna say, I know that, you know, we've had our problems with them, and I'm totally comfortable with making the change also.
And I would just suggest a roll call vote.
Oh, okay. Christine, could you do the roll call?
Yep.
Start somewhere.
Let's start.
Commissioner.
Commissioner Pizzella,
Aye.
Commissioner Berwager,
Aye.
Commissioner Guzzo,
Aye.
Chairperson Taylor,
Aye.
and Commissioner Locascio,
Aye?
Commissioner McCarthy,
Aye.
and Commissioner Pitt. Aye.
Okay, thank you. So we have another vote, so I'd like to make a motion to authorize the Pawling Joint Sewer Commission's conflict attorney to draft a resolution to retain Cedarwood, and that resolution will be on our May agenda. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. All right, hopefully, everyone has had an opportunity to read the minutes from March 13th.
Yep.
Yes.
Can I get a motion for the minutes?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Can I get a motion for the treasurer's report as presented for March? Sorry.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, I'm gonna make a motion to approve payment of the March 2025 vouchers and prepaid vouchers as presented in the amount of $74,315.50.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I'll make a motion to transfer $74,315.50 from the O&M account to checking account to pay the March 2025 voucher and prepaid vouchers.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we have reference 1625. Oops, I got myself out of order here.
We all do.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a second.
I'm out of order.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, that's way down
Oh, I
in,
don't know why I did.
I don't know. So it wasn't me.
Dig deep?
No, no,
Dig deep.
it's not in there. 1625
Yeah, it is.
not in there.
It's not?
No, it is not.
But the gearbox I thought
I know,
was.
It is further down, but it's a different attachment. I believe.
Okay, so we'll just
Yeah,
change the
it's
number.
30 It's 30, that is reference 30.25.
Got it.
So I apologize for that.
Okay. So we're just gonna change the reference?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or do you have,
Just,
do you have 3025 somewhere else, 32?
why don't we just cross 1625 off and we'll get to it when we
Okay.
get to it?
Oh,
Because it has two different proposals
all right,
attached.
so
So we're requesting?
we found it, but we're setting it aside.
Okay.
Okay.
So we do have a number, we do have another 30.25.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, so we're skipping 16.25, doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
Thank
Doesn't
you.
exist, make it go away.
It
Got it.
existed-
Magic,
It
magic.
existed at the last meeting.
Okay.
Okay, all right, here we go. Let's see if we can go there.
Now we can start.
All right, so we have reference 21.25, customer 10073, requesting an adjustment to the sewer bill. I don't know if any of you recall, but this person, I don't know when it was, not too long ago though.
Sometime a few, last year, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
in
last year.
2024.
Oh, it was 2024,
I
okay.
believe so.
He had his expansion tank explode, so we gave him a very sizable refund or waiver from sewer and water for that. This time around, he had called the office checking on payment. Is it all right if I share the conversation?
Yeah.
So Christine had a conversation with him and said, hey, because he was down in Florida, and I guess he goes down there for the winter, hey, do you have somebody checking your house? Or did you have your water turned off? Because, you know, we're in some pretty serious cold weather here. He said, no, it's fine. Well, not so fine, his pipe burst. So he's now looking for another waiver from sewer. And if we were to grant the waiver, Christine calculated it for $213 would be the waiver for that. So I don't know what
I mean, we always say we're only
everyone's,
gonna give one, we say one waiver, usually when they're good.
and I feel bad, but at the same
know,
time, she
yeah.
gave him an opportunity
Yeah.
to check on it, and
I remember that one, it was pretty sizable, it was a lot of money.
yeah, it was. So,
Sizable is in the thousands?
Yeah, I think it was like 1,600, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was quite a bit, yeah.
Between the water and the sewer, the last waiver that he received was, was
Yeah, it
over
was
$1,000.
I mean, this one, you know, when an expansion tank explodes, nobody knows. It's a ticking
Yeah.
time bomb. You never know when it's gonna happen. But if you're gonna go down to Florida for the winter,
Well, he was there for work. I just
oh,
wanna
work.
clarify
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry.
He
He's not a
away from-
snowbird.
Yeah.
Okay. I just think you know, need to be very careful in the winter. And I guess we got used to our mild winters, and now we had a real winter this winter, and I think it might have taken people by surprise, but.
Is it written anywhere that we only give somebody one?
It's not written anywhere.
It's
no,
not
It's
written,
just something we
it's just
discussed at a
been,
meeting.
yeah, if we have, I'm sorry to use the word, but repeat offenders, we
Yeah.
tend to, you know, frown on that. This is a different circumstance, so I don't really know how everyone feels, so.
Do we know where the leak was? Like, do we know if it got into the sewer?
It would be a pipe burst in the house, so I can't imagine that.
I think this says
Sewer?
it didn't. Doesn't it say this
I
didn't go
can't
into the
read
sewer?
it to you.
I tried, but I think this does say it did not go in the sewer.
He says that in here, yeah.
Yeah.
So is this request, for monies 20945, that's his bill ending, is that what it says? February 28th, 25?
The 209.95.
I think that's what he paid, right, Christine?
Nicholas, please find me. He paid the water, he paid the water bill.
Oh, that's the water
Which was
bill.
$209.95.
In the sewer.
And then
Yeah.
if he were to get the waiver for sewer, it'd be $213 that he did the waiver. So he's not looking for a waiver from our water, just from our sewer.
I mean, if your pipe bursts, the last thing you wanna do is pay extra money.
That's true.
You know, doing a waiver for water, I'm glad he paid it, because I would have a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, because
You know,
we
we
treat
gave
that,
up
yeah,
our
we
money
usually
for-
don't do that for water.
We
Sewer.
spend money, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it, but for the sewer, it's difficult to know if the water actually,
Okay.
you
Yeah.
know,
Right, and
went into the service.
He said it didn't, that's what he
Yeah,
said.
he
Yeah.
did.
None of the water for the period
went into the, yeah.
entered the
Into-
septic, he said. but-
Yeah, when.
What's it, you mean sewer?
Sewer.
Sewer,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
So, does somebody have are we inclined to,
For consistency, I'll make a motion to this, to waive the extra fee for sewer.
I'll second that.
And I'll agree as well.
all right, so any other discussion? So, I think we're all in agreement on that. Hopefully now, that's it. All right, so,
That's the last
do you
one.
want to make a, so you made a motion?
I made it. And John
You
seconded.
seconded
I
it?
seconded it,
So,
yeah.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. So now reference 22.25 Cedar Woods I&I proposal. This is an annual requirement. And so for the annual I&I study is for $19,500. which I believe is lower than what we've paid previously.
Well, this went up 1,000 from last year.
But I
Cedarwood
mean,
did,
I guess
but this is-
previously, I mean,
yes, when we were with Labella, you were
Yes.
paying 23,000 or 24,000.
Right.
They were quite high.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah, it has to get done, right?
yes.
What's the requirement for?
Brian, you wanna speak to that?
What was the question? I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, why is an I&I study required?
It's required per the DEC to basically try to locate and get the water, excess water out of your system. So it's an annual requirement.
Okay.
So your sewer should be a closed system, but I&I is infiltration
Right,
and inflow of stormwater and groundwater, and that's what you don't want going into your sewer. So this is to try to stay on top of that.
Does it change that much yearly? I could say every couple of years.
And wouldn't it depend on the?
You never know when a pipe goes, I
It's
guess.
not that it changes, yeah.
No, I mean, it's required.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, it's not that it changed a lot, it just takes a lot to find it, then it takes a lot to correct it, so it's not,
Yeah, I
you know,
get it.
it's just kind of a slow process, yeah.
Yeah.
But is there any end to this? Because we have been studying I&I now for year after year after year after year, paying for studies to be done. and
Well,
we're
we
still-
did do some fixes.
But we
Well,
still,
it's not saying you
we still
don't
have
do
a
it, but
huge
you know, I was
problem.
thinking, yeah.
It's still huge.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the end game here? When are we gonna finally kind of close the leaks?
Well, the problem is,
You use these reports, oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead, Brian. No, go ahead, Brian.
No, I say, you use these reports to, you know, when you submit to DEC to show that you're making progress and trying to locate it and identify it. But these reports too are kind of a document, an official document to pursue grant funding, you know, capital grants for improvements. And
For new pipes.
like I said, it's between when you find it and when you actually apply, maybe get rejected once or twice and apply and, you know, get the grant, you're talking, you can be talking from anywhere from, you know, a 3 to 5 year process to get some money to repair them, so.
Yeah.
Been a long time,
Yeah.
a long time. Okay.
All right. Any other questions
All right,
regarding
thank
the proposal?
No.
So can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion for Cedarwood for the I&I proposal for $19,500.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so we're skipping the next one, because we already did that. All right. Now I gotta get caught up here in my papers. So the next one is reference 26.25. So just so, to make everybody aware, the village needed, we're running out of attic space. And things are not needed to be kept any longer. So the village looked into getting a shredding company in here to shred up all the old documents that can be, to make space in the attic. And since the sewer Pawling Joint Sewer Commission shares an office here in the village hall, shares some of our attic space. Since the village was moving forward with the shredding company, it was a good time for the sewer commission to also get some old documents shredded and make room for more boxes in the attic. So this was the cheapest company, and we approved it for the village Monday night. And so I'm just looking for the sewer commission to also approve it so we can get some documents shredded. So the other quotes, I believe, the highest was $15 a box, and the other one I think was 12. if I remember correctly. Yes. So, anybody have any questions regarding this?
And the documents that we're looking to get rid of are ones that are
old and allowed.
You know,
They passed the retention.
past the retention time, right?
Yep, and then this company, interestingly, compared to the other two, also gives you a certificate of exactly what was shredded so that it can go into your retention files, so you have proof that it was shredded and everything, so, that was another good thing with that.
But we're gonna be pretty careful retaining the historical documents that we need.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this is like
Basically, it's-
invoices and things that just, you know.
Yeah,
aren't-
no, but there's drawings and stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
that
no, we're
doesn't-
not
Yeah,
shredding that
okay,
stuff, no,
okay.
no, this is stuff that you can,
All right,
Yeah,
It's written
that's already.
stuff,
Yeah.
people making payments, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, no,
Yeah.
that's fine.
yeah.
in the 90s.
So, can I get a motion for the shredding of,
So-
from
so
Iron
moved.
Mountain?
I'll second.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Kyle, I'm probably gonna need help with some of these now. Although this one, so
No, it's just
reference
Gen Tech.
27.25, Arthur, I think you're, the quote's from Gen Tech.
Yeah, I was wondering if we could table this till next meeting. I went over it and I find some of the prices a little high. I wanna call them and find out, I mean, to flush a radiator or to clean a radiator, they wanted 4 hours labor, and I'm like, I know how long it takes me to flush a radiator. It doesn't take me 4 hours to flush a radiator, to clean it, so.
Right, that's why I
And
got
the
you
price of the
looking at
batteries
these.
and the deep, I wanna find out the deep cell, what
Okay.
they're doing here, so we could table if you don't mind.
Okay, I
I
don't,
like to call them.
All right.
I don't
Okay.
know. Kyle
Thank
or
you.
Brian, is there any concern with tabling
For
it?
the generators?
So the Castagna lift station definitely had a lot of, rodent activity.
Yeah, that I see, they wanted to spray foam and stuff like that, that didn't concern me too much.
That one, so when I met with the tech, I was going through the plan, we went through a number of the generators, all of them seemed, West Main had rodent activity, but he showed me how we can rodent proof that one pretty easily.
Right.
The one up at Baxter Green, that one could do some rodent proofing, but overall not bad. The newer ones at Green Lawn and Castagna that had previously had ant damage were rodent free. Those are basically made to be kind of rodent proof because they're more homeowner style, so that they're not being checked
right.
all the time. But the Castagna one, for whatever reason, did kind of upset him when he got down there and just saw the text. What he said to me was, yeah, I'm gonna get you a quote to get this cleaned up and wash this before there's any real catastrophic damage.
Mhm.
So he saw something
Right.
that upset him, because I saw stuff that I'm like, okay, that, I don't like
Right.
what I saw at West Main, I don't like what I saw up at Baxter Green so much. That generator is older, but it's not good.
Do you remember the text name by chance?
Max,
Max, all right, good to know.
pretty knowledgeable fellow.
Okay, good, maybe I can talk to him,
Yeah,
just get an idea.
So are you saying that we should move forward with the Castagna one?
As of right now, I mean, the generators, they all work. You
Yeah.
did service all of them, they
Yeah.
all passed. I would get a further discussion of that, I wouldn't just jump on board with spending a bunch of money. I don't know
Okay.
how much money he's talking.
Okay,
But, and certainly the main pump station, the main plant generator, those batteries are original. That had
Has to
a
get
failed
fixed.
crank. I discovered it because it caught me at the beginning of March.
Okay,
It had a failed crank alarm on it since January.
okay,
So it cranked over now and it'll start and it has been exercising since,
since that,
I
but
got
it needs
on
new
that.
batteries.
but it needs new batteries.
Yeah,
That being said, it's a bad.
right, yeah.
If anything, definitely, you could definitely source out different batteries with the cleaning.
all right.
Yeah.
Talk to the tech, see what he saw.
Okay,
Because that one
I
seemed to
appreciate
upset
it,
us for some reason.
yeah, and like 4 hours, that's a long time, that's a long time.
Make sure he knows, I don't know, he was talking about spraying it down, degreasing it, like getting into
Yeah.
and cleaning so I don't know if that's what they're talking about.
Okay,
Or if they're just doing it, because he cleaned all the generators.
right,
He went through, he vacuumed,
Yeah,
he cleaned everything, he blew everything out, he did that.
oh, nice,
What he's talking about is something more than that.
okay, that's great.
And that's the
Appreciate
Castagna?
it.
Yes.
That's Castagna one,
Okay,
okay,
all right.
appreciate it, thank you, Kyle.
So,
So you can still talk.
We can hold off until Bart researches this for next month?
It's running, it's okay.
okay,
Try it for now.
all right.
He did clear it all out. pass, like, it's
Okay.
just something
All
that.
right, so
Okay.
you want to make a motion to table?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to make a motion to table.
I'll second.
All right, any other
Thank you,
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, reference 28.25 for the PLC computer card. 28.25.
Two quotes.
Yep,
Maybe
so,
we'll talk about that.
Kyle, can you do me a favor and go to the podium, because Brian might not hear, and
Yeah, I have to yell, I know.
I know, and
Is this an actual, does he hear?
That's a,
Yeah,
that's
a mic.
mic.
Okay.
This is his speaker. Okay, so can you then explain this PLC computer card? And
Yeah, so, I don't know how much you guys all know, but at the plant, it's run by SCADA, which is the automated system that keeps the plant running. In going through a lot of this, you have to be kind of half IT guy to run that plant too. You gotta be a plumber, electrician, you gotta be a scientist, and you gotta be an IT guy now. Okay. This PLC card controls the flow rate to the filters. They're effluent filters. It's not picking up the gallons per minute, which is what will allow it to automatically adjust. Now, we can run it manually. The other one does run, so that's how we've been doing it. The cheapest way to do it is just to replace the card. It's literally a box. I think there's 8 inputs, and it's basically a light switch, a fancy light switch that talks to the computer. The other way to do it, because there are extras in there, but then you have to get a programmer in, and then they have to program it to then look at the other switch. That winds up being more expensive than just having that pull out and put in.
Okay.
So that is something I kind of talked to them about, but that's by far and large just changing out the cards way cheaper.
Okay.
So there's 2 quotes, I think, from Dan Owens and Arnaldo, and I thought they were
So-
pretty close.
They're pretty close. So is there any, are they both available to do it?
Yeah.
Are they both reliable?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't, what's that?
Do you have a preference?
Arnaldo.
That's.
I'm sorry?
I like
that's
Arnaldo.
the ADP one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either one of them, honestly. When you say preference, I would call either one of them depending on what it is. I mean, both of them are very good electricians, and both of them are also very good with controls,
Okay.
which is a different subsection. That's why I called the 2 of them.
Okay.
And I was happy to see their prices were close, so then I know that
Yeah.
we're all in the same.
All right, anybody have any other questions regarding this?
No?
Can I get a motion for one of them?
I'll make a motion to go with ADP for $1,031 for the PLC input card.
I'll second.
Any other discussion?
I just have one quick question. Do the cards differ with whatever technology is in the actual card by chance?
It is just a light switch. But it talks to the PLC. It's a very fancy light switch, so the technology is still very much the same, and they're an easily replaceable part. If that's what you're kind of. But yeah, with SCADA, you do have to be careful because it's a computer, and as soon as you buy a computer, it's outdated.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, you were aye.
I know.
Make yourself comfortable.
I've been busy getting quotes.
Who made that motion? Who seconded?
I made the motion.
And Steve?
Steve seconded it,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, Maura. You sleeping over there?
No, I was looking.
Okay. All right, just checking. All right, reference 29.25, these are quotes for wiring, short to effluent valve 2. Think you're gonna have to,
Okay, so you have 2 filters, your effluent filters at the back of the plant. I was just discussing they each have their own flow meter. They also have their own automatic valve. The filter number 2 has a direct short from the main breaker that goes over to, it's a 480 volt breaker that goes to the valve. There's a direct short in that line. The line goes underneath the slab and then up. It happens. There's a short there. We did diagnose it. We went through. We made sure it wasn't the valve. We made sure it wasn't the motor there. We made sure it wasn't the switch. It's the 3 wires. We got to pull wires. The 2 quotes there both state that if we're unable to pull through The current galvanized, both electricians thought that shouldn't be a problem given the age, but
It's galvanized.
yeah,
And
it
that's
is
used
galvanized.
For the conduit, they use galvanized?
Yeah.
Instead of plastic?
Most of the times in industry, you're going to use the galvanized. It depends on what the code
You know what
is.
rocks on the inside?
Yeah, especially that particular floor has the filters there, and there's one sump pump that backwashes to, and if the sump pump trips out, it'll fill that room. And I've seen it with just even a little bit of water on it when we lost power and I had to come do the generator.
Yeah.
And that's what I think wound up happening here. But
Shortening it? Okay. So now there's a big difference in price here, but if you compare just the top
please,
one?
yeah, just the top one.
Okay.
The second one from Owens is a price I did ask him to put in there.
case it went
Worst
bad.
case
So that
scenario.
you had, yes, it's worst case scenario. I wanted you to not be surprised by things.
Okay.
Okay.
I imagine if you were to go with him, you just cross that out. Because that isn't something we're gonna just be able to do that day anyway, if that's what it comes to.
Okay.
It'd be a drop back and go to it. But I did want you to have an idea of what that cost would be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But, yeah, I'm just trying to figure it.
So we're basically comparing the 1230 for the back one and the front one.
To the 14.
1360, but then it's got $100.
So
it's
1460.
1460. So it's 1460 compared to 1230. So we just went with ADP, I'm assuming, why don't we,
Yeah, Gable.
I guess I'll make the motion to go with the ADP for the 1230 for this electrical work.
I'll second that.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so now, that lovely thing that we set aside, the 1620, whatever it was, yeah, is now the 30, because we tabled that from the last meeting. 30.25, this is the quotes for the grit, screw, and gearbox. All right, Kyle, you're up ahead.
So your influent headworks, there is the automatic bar screen, the classifier, and the grit screw. The grit screw pulls the grit with flow to a grit pump, which pumps up to the classifier, removes the grit, and puts it back in puts the water back into our flow, because we want that food. We don't want the grit. Part of that system, there's two large grit screws that pull that grit and keep it from staying and settling in that channel, need the gearboxes replaced. We pulled the gearboxes. I did bring them to Empire Electric across in Goshen, and they gave us a quote. The other quote motion is just the gearboxes, and you can see the price, $18.30 or something like that.
For motion?
From Motion Industries.
Oh, yes, 1823.
That's just, yeah, so that would be 1820 times 2.
Yes.
That's
3646.
That's just the gearboxes. If you look at Empire's, he split out the labor because they would be mounting them, testing the motors, and replacing a bearing on one of the motors. Their cost for the gearbox is slightly more.
Yeah, 2160.
But I did want you to see that. If we did go and just buy the gearboxes, I would have to find someone else to do that work.
Okay.
I'd have to go pick
So
them
we
up
don't
and bring
have-
them someplace else.
We don't have what that would be.
No, because
But this
there's,
one we know. This includes everything.
that's everything. I just wanted you to see what basically their markup on the gearbox was, if that makes sense.
So now have you worked with these companies?
Yeah, Empire, yeah.
And what about Motion?
I bought stuff from Motion, but they're just a supply house like
Okay.
Granger.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then,
So Empire's actually gonna bring the
They
material.
would purchase them at that
And they would
price,
install it.
install it, mount it, change the bearing, and bring it back. I just
So-
wanted to,
so there's a potential if we went with Motion because it's cheaper for the gearbox,
We pay them more.
we pay more because we have to bring another company in to do the actual
Yeah.
installation and
Yes.
everything. But
And
I
it-
mean, more than what this quote comes in at.
Right.
Yes.
Because this is all together, probably is a little bit better rate.
He's got, yeah, I mean, they've got, because I brought it there, they have that opportunity. I'd have to go pick them up and bring them to like an HA Shrek, which is fine, I could do that, but I just wanted you to see basically what they're quoting you for the hours, and then the markup on the parts really isn't a whole lot.
Anybody,
I'm comfortable with being her to say what the most.
to get the whole thing
Yeah,
packaged?
get everything all done,
Yes,
yeah,
I
put
feel
it in,
like that.
yeah.
Do they warranty that as well?
On the work that they do, yeah, I mean, if you have a problem and bring it back, and I've gotten a lot of motors, they do motor rebuilds as well. I've brought a lot of stuff to them in the past, and they've always done a great job. And they've always done a good, usually pretty good price for us too. That's why I brought it there in the first place. HA Shrek being the other one, but I know we were trying to,
We've had a few issues
just trying some other vendors is all.
there. Yep, okay. All right, so, Fran, you want to make a motion?
I make a motion, for Empire State Electric Motors Incorporated, for their estimate of 0.0725 C2, for the Dodge gearbox, and repairs that go along with the install.
I'll second that.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
May I just add to it real quick? It doesn't change anything.
Okay.
Now you can add to it?
No, I just want to, like, we get them back, the job's not done. I still got to install them, and I might have to get a pump truck in there to help me clear out some of that grit. But I don't know until I got to hook it up, I got to see what else is going on.
So don't be surprised if there's an additional.
Yep, I don't want you to be surprised.
Okay. Thank you. You might as well just kind of stay there if you don't mind.
I'll just stay here all night.
So ASPCA, first, does the town have anything regarding ASPCA?
It looks like that they're projecting to get their CO either in June or July the latest. The building inspector's been up there a few times for different things, but that was his estimate, would be sometime in June or early July the latest
Okay.
for CO.
And then Brian and Kyle, I believe you two have been working with them for the connection to the sewer.
ASPCA,
Yes.
yes.
So,
I most recently met with them today. He sent an email over to Brian. That was later this afternoon, so I'm sure that we'll have that discussion later, because they tried to do a quick flow test, and it's not flowing. So something is in the way.
Brian?
Yeah, I saw that email later today, actually, I saw it. So he thinks, or Kyle, you're there, you think they said there's like 4 valves in there that may not be turning or we can't open, or?
So there's an 8-inch,
Does that make sense?
there's an 8-inch, it looked like, force main, that's the one that they got to tie into, and then a 4-inch force main, 2 manholes with 2 clean outs each, and then a valve on the up and downhill side, so each one has a pair of 2 valves. I did go down, I got one of the valves to move, I checked the other one, and it was very solid. I did put a cheater bar on there, but it didn't go, and I wasn't going to go further without discussing it. Same with the lower one, both. And I don't know why they would be closed, but I told Mike, the gentleman there, that I wanted to have a discussion before we went any further, and I'm not going to put any more muscle into, I'm not going to break these right now.
Right, right.
So that will be up for, I don't know
Okay.
what that is going to entail yet.
Okay. All right, anything else, Brian, regarding ASPCA?
No, I was just going to say they're all, obviously all the work to connect in the Castagna is done, and that went well. But yeah, it looks like they did hydro tested 2 tanks. That went well. Then when they started sending the flow, it stopped. So we're gonna have to figure out what's going on. I don't know. Now I'll get the pictures and stuff here. But can we even service those valves, or take them apart, or I'll have to dig into it, see what's going on.
Okay, so just a quick question. So when it comes to getting the CO, certainly there needs to be coordination with Everett, because if the the sewer's not working, they can't get the CO.
Correct,
So
right,
just,
yeah.
you know, if you
You
could
can
pass
keep-
that on
I'll
and
mention
keep
it there,
your,
yep.
abreast of that, it would
Sure.
be great. Okay, all right. Next is for the shed house, 816 Route 22. The last I knew, we were still waiting to hear back from them as to when they actually wanted to start the work for the connection. Has something changed since then? Christine saying no?
No, the only thing, guys, on my end is and I'm on vacation unless he called the office. I didn't hear back from their engineer whether they were planning to go to the manhole, which I think it is the case, or the pump station. I just wanted confirmation on that.
Right.
And then that could be done, you know, as a field directive, but yeah, I'd just like to know.
Okay,
But didn't they say they were looking to start this last Tuesday?
yeah. That was last Tuesday or the Tuesday before?
I think it was the Tuesday before, because we were out there for a mark
Because
out.
when it was Brian
Yep.
and the three of us went out there.
Mhm.
Okay, all right, well, I guess stay tuned on that one. All right. 28 Walnut, I know, where are we with that for the sewer connection? Is that thing from, huh?
I have everything from H2O.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Okay. So it's just,
But I haven't heard from the homeowner.
oh, okay.
I need to get the rest of the,
Well, I also still need the village side of things.
right, we still need to set the escrow on.
Okay.
Did you get it today?
Excuse me?
Did you get it today?
Not that I'm aware of. Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Must have been after. I
Hopefully did. You gotta read it first.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
So I'm not sure if you're at 28 Walnut, it's a new construction. That's,
Yeah, new construction, so they are tapping into our village water end. Okay. Attorneys, is there any report,
No report tonight.
okay, thank you. Brian, do you have anything else?
No, just that we are, you know, we did set up the flow meters again to start collecting data for this year, and
They're back in?
well, we started, yeah, I don't know if they're back in from the last time we took them out.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we did get one round of data.
I said it when I walked in, that if I don't have them in tomorrow, Lori's gonna have my head.
Yes. Yeah, you're lucky you're gonna escape tonight. All right, sorry, Brian, go ahead, what were you saying?
No, it's okay. Yeah, so like I said, we have overall started collecting data for the year. You know, so I kind of hope it's a little wetter, but we do have some trouble spots that we're kind of aware of, so we're just looking for some data here to back it up. So,
All right.
Yeah, I
yeah,
made the
that's
mistake.
kind of on my end because we already talked about ASPCA and the other things. So I don't have anything else on my plate.
So we have, remind me, 5 or 6?
I know of 4 locations that we put in.
4?
Yes.
Okay, I think the 5th was Brian was loaning one or something. We only have 4 meters?
We do have a loaner. Yeah, we have a
meters,
loaner
there's
down
4
there.
and a 5th one that's loaned, but then there's another 2 units that I don't know the status of that are there.
All right, so how many did we have in that we just got data off?
4.
4, that's all we had in?
Yes.
Okay.
Four.
And then
Four.
we're gonna go
Yeah,
back.
4.
So just so everyone understands, these meters are going in the manholes to collect data as to the I&I issues. So it's good to get them back in so we can collect this loan ring that we've been getting, so. All right, anything else, Brian, or is that?
No, I think that's it. Unless anybody has any questions for me.
Anybody have any questions? No. All right, thank you, Brian. And Kyle?
Thanks.
Last item,
Yes.
the operator's report. You want to give a highlight, or does anybody have any questions regarding it?
Well, you can look at the sample results. They don't pass the speedies permit for the month. We are passing an SBR 1 and 2. I have plans next week to clean out the final tank, and then we'll be back in full compliance. Both SBRs, and I have a picture on my phone I can actually show you, are crystal clear when they're settling out. They're ammonia fully treated, phosphorus fully treated, but I'm not able to completely clean out that final tank yet, which is what's holding us up.
I'm sorry, Kyle. Can you just back up to the beginning of your statement
Yes.
and dumb it down a little bit for me? As far as not passing inspection,
No, inspection's fine.
I mean-
We didn't pass on our speedies permit parameters. That isn't the end of the world. We do have a non-compliance that we have to do, to be submitted. If that continues for a certain amount of time, that we'll get a notice of significant non-compliance. I believe that one was already issued for ammonia going back a number of months from September, October, and November. Part of our, myself and Albino's treatment plan, we've changed the parameters at which things are measured. Specifically, sludge age, the settles, SVI, and a number of other things that were being implemented but not looked at holistically. And both SBR 1 and 2 are completely in compliance. So the problem I have is the post-EQ tank has gotten stuff in it from when it was not in compliance, and if I drop it too far, I'm going to have problems. So I have to drop it, clean it out, and then I put SBR 1 and 2 back online, and we're back in business, 100%.
thanks.
I'm trying here. There's a lot to it. We didn't pass this last month. We just sampled again, and then as soon as I have a pass, when I get them back online, I'm going to sample again to show our progress to both the DEC and to you guys, because I want to make sure that that's documented.
And some of that was where we were getting the odor problems.
Certainly, yes,
the complaints.
absolutely.
So we're in pretty good shape
The two
now.
SBR 3 and the post EQ are where you will be picking up the odor that we smelled up top. I did go out, I investigated that, and 100% it's those two tanks that we're trying to minimize. But if
So we're still having some odor?
When I left today, I smelled a little bit down at the gate.
Oh, okay, but,
No, I didn't smell it up top, but if the wind picks up,
Yeah.
it could bring it, yes.
okay.
Just to be clear.
Okay.
I do have a plan to get that fixed. I know what the problem is,
Okay.
and it will be taken care of, just so everyone knows.
Okay, great. Does anybody have any questions for Kyle? Anything else, Kyle?
No, I mean, I just wish that I had gotten a chance to before you guys had made the vote there. I understand where you are coming from. I do have to apologize to H2O on my behalf. I do want you to know we have a brand new team there that I'm very, very proud of. So I was hoping to talk to you and get the opportunity to continue the trend that I've given in the last month or so. But I do understand where you're coming from. It is business, and you do have a plant to look out for. So
And I know you have been working very hard, so I do want to acknowledge that having you here has made some great progress, and so I know that you have done well in the short time that you have.
Yep.
Leading it, so.
I appreciate that. The only thing that I wish that we had done was recognize it sooner. And there was a big delay there. So, that being said, when we do turn over the plant, it will be in compliance, and I'll have a full list of whatever else I haven't gotten a complete.
Great.
I'm also only a phone call away, so.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brian. I know you're on vacation, so I appreciate you calling in. Not everybody does that.
Oh, no problem. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Well, have a good night.
You too.
Yeah, take care.
Bye-bye. Can I get a motion to, if there's nothing else, does any commissioner have anything else?
No.
If not, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Don't move.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thanks, everyone. Have a great night.